I was banging the table, but I do believe the audio is live. And
Bars, can you hear me?
we're not late.
Bars, can you hear me now?
They're
This
just
is just
early.
What?
everyone else is just early. Yeah. What's up, John? You
I was late. I didn't get here till I don't even know when. I'm sharing shit, and it's not. I'm having all kinds of technical difficulties.
That's okay. You guys got to do that. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Everyone at home's got to share, too.
Okay.
So I appreciate y'all for being here. I do agree that we're live. Welcome back to the HoneyComb Hideout. I'm getting the big thumbs up from front of the house, which I appreciate. So we are here once again. We are streaming, multi-streaming across all of the great God's green earth, straight from New Hampshire. This is where Johnny lives.
Yeah, buddy.
Of course.
I'm so happy you are.
I don't.
About that.
What was that all about?
I don't know. It's a good start. We're streaming on social media. Of course, we're streaming on YouTube. So we're multi-streaming. YouTube. We're also on. We're streaming live now on Twitch. So if you're watching on Twitch, thank you.
Okay, this is not working.
And of course, right here on Facebook. So if you're here on Facebook or Twitch or wherever you are across the galaxy, please share the feed because, of course, that's how good things happen. Yeah. So we're here every. Usually we're here.
Hump day!
Wednesday, let me.
And I was gonna say 7, but we weren't here at 7 today. So
I was late. Shocker.
Or were
today-
you early?
No, I was late.
It's 7:25.
I had
That's
traffic.
okay.
I had all
John
kinds of
is
shit
never
going
late,
on.
nor is he early.
There's a quote that I found from a movie that is, "A queen is never late. Everyone else is simply early." So.
Oh, I like that.
I could think of
that.
a lot of people that would like that.
I like
excuse.
that. Yeah, that sounds good.
So guys, if you could share, that'd be great because we're influencers, we're entertainers, we're marketers, we're advertisers, and of course we're a band. If you're watching on most of our pages here, you're watching a band page. We're Sepsiss. We're a band. There's 6 of us, and we make a living doing this 24 hours a day. This is our dream. It's hard for a lot of entertainers or musicians to say that loudly, but we need to say that to you because that's how important it is for us to see you guys sharing and commenting and coming here every Wednesday. So it's really important to us.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm just catching up on the comments. Eric, I'm a little offended by your comment, but I still love you, man. It's so good.
We're kind of a strange band.
He said, "Hey, fam, what's up?" And then he went, "Hey, Pemberton, I'm not part of the fam." Some fucking bullshit. It's like he's been going to. It's like he's been going to Geo's school of nonsense.
How dare you?
I'm just kidding.
Separate him from the fam.
Goodness.
Just kidding, Biggie.
Yo, the guy. Let me tell you, man.
Hans.
These guys. Did you see? You see our guy in the Star Club today? We got to talk about the Star Club later on.
Let's talk about this.
We will talk.
I've
about
been non-existent on the socials the last couple of days.
So just about social media and about our band. So we are an independent band.
What band is this?
We're in Sepsiss.
Oh, Sepsiss.
And we are multilingual, tri-genre, rhythm-driven, metal-backed, multicolored core colossus.
I love that genre.
What? Can we go back to the multilingual part?
Well, dude, I didn't say anything bad about that. I don't know.
No fala português?
I can only say that in English.
Paquito.
Stop it. You just had because he had he went to 7-Eleven and had a Paquito for lunch. He thinks he can speak all type of languages.
That's a taquito.
Oh, all right. But yeah, reviews, follow, shares, wherever you guys are experiencing this and that on the internet, and of course this. Wherever you're experiencing this, follow, share, tell a friend about it. Leaving us reviews is also, and you know what? You can also hear us, JP, on audio. So we're a podcast also.
Really?
That's
fantastic because I sound excellent.
Well, that's because of that honeybee.
This is serious.
Matching microphone that you and Lexi got.
Bars was like, "Get this microphone. You'll sound like a professional."
So everybody said they all have wasp
man.
honeybee microphones, but I just have this one, the blown microphone that I use on stage.
Yeah.
I've got some of Melissa's pantyhose wrapped on the top of that.
That's just to remind you. of what's important in life.
I love the way you put that.
Just do me a favor and make sure your batteries are good, bro. All right. Which is another thing. That's what she said.
Hold on,
Double,
because
that's what she said.
everyone's gonna be confused about what we're doing here because they're gonna think that this is the band, and they're also gonna think that she has two arms because she's reaching across the table like it doesn't matter. Just because you went to your primary care doctor today and got a little ointment for your flipper. Now you're jumping across the table.
Hey, at least I'm trying, okay?
So to the left of me, of course, is our wonderful merch girl, our multicolored, haired,
Multi-talented,
multi-trifector.
bi-conscious.
I'm too conscious of this. I didn't know that.
Trying to make it different. Trying to go in a new direction. You know what I mean?
Hi.
We haven't even made it across the table.
It doesn't matter what you add after bi. The minute you say bi, there's like 25 people in the audience. 25 people in the audience go, yes.
Oh man, I gotta share this shit. Whatever you guys are talking about.
Hi, I'm Lexi Swarm. I'm the.
She doesn't know who she
I
is.
don't know what I am anymore. I'm the celebrity merch girl of Sepsiss. I'm also one of the co-hosts here in the HoneyComb Hideout with all the merchandise and article
The razzle-dazzle.
researchness.
She brings it.
Razzle-dazzle.
She brings it.
And I'm also the co-host of Swarm TV every Sunday with Miss
man.
Melissa Wolf.
And
And
the Metal Honeys podcast.
yeah, I'm the host of Metal Honey's podcast.
Yes. When am I gonna see? Well, first of all, I need to see the interview with the Lonely Ones, and I want to see the interview with you and Robbie from 16 by 20.
Yeah,
I
what's up with
know,
that? When are we
one
posting
was
the
my
Robbie?
favorite
Like those would be the
interview.
killer reels. Would be
Oh,
those
totally.
two
I was
back
blown
to
away.
back.
I'm like,
Robbie?
whoa, she's got Robbie at the table right now. What's going on?
If Robbie's watching this, you were like one of my favorite interviews last year. Now,
Apparently not, because it's not published.
She's lying, Robbie. She's keeping the
I'm
interview
not
to herself.
lying. I'm not lying.
And there is
We'll
a
find
video, and I know there's a couple, and there's another. Did you do the Sinfinity? Did you publish the Sinfinity?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, and in blog. Yes, those are posted. Those were a part of
What
the
are we
last
trying to-
episode.
So I talk all that jazz.
Hold on a minute. Hold on.
So Lexi does a lot of stuff. She's also the band everything.
Yes, I'm the band assistant and
We're going to
Melissa
talk
Wolf's
about this
assistant.
later on when we talk about anatomies of a band. You guys will love it. This episode later on, we're going to teach you how to build a band, just like Sepsiss. But first thing you're going to need is a fucking octopus.
What?
You're going to need Lexi.
Ew.
You're going to need a person that does more than 8 stuff. That was perfect English.
Yeah,
I like it.
that was.
All right, first of all, I want to get to some of these comments.
What, okay.
JD, I don't blush. I have an enormous fucking ego. Anyone that knows me and is friends with me can tell you that. Nothing embarrasses me, and I don't blush.
I have
It's
him
the
on
lighting,
this
dude.
show.
It's the lighting.
I hired JP to be on this show to hide my ego.
Yeah, that's how big my fucking
Right,
ego
exactly.
is, bro.
We hang
All right?
out because I
Yeah.
need somebody to eclipse.
Yeah. I'm not going to get too personal and mention any names, but I have to tell you something. The last time I had like a really intense breakup with somebody that I'd been dating for a length of time, I said something completely fucked up to her because that's who I am. And it was 100% true in my defense. 100% true. And I said it, and it was basically explaining why she was making a gigantic mistake because I'm fucking awesome. And she goes, wow, you have an enormous ego. And I said, that's not news. You've been dating me for 3 years. Everyone that knows me.
People that make friends with other individuals with colorful and large personalities are aware of that. I was being polite.
This is Will's polite way of saying, yes, JP, you have an enormous fucking
Right.
ego, but we put up with you anyway.
You are a psychopath. And that is exactly why you're on this program.
Thank you for being here.
And Hans, you know why I'm wearing the goddamn hat, so stop asking silly questions. I even have a hood to make things double protected.
Turn the hood.
Don't worry, it's coming off later.
Well, it's
I'm waiting
because
for
you got that light turned up. And if you don't...
Yeah.
I'm
if
waiting
you
for
don't,
Gio
it'll
to
cook.
show up before I take it off and blind everybody.
Okay.
Why'd you sound so sinister?
I've been working on it.
This is the only man you have ever met to blind somebody and torture them with the light from his head.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. Which is almost...
Do you want to tell them
God.
anything about you aside from your ego?
Listen, they know who the fuck I am. No, I'm just kidding. I am a promoter.
Do you like those people who say who?
What?
Like you know.
I thought we were doing an Abbott Costello routine. I didn't know what was going on.
Okay, so because we're always fucking with the meme magazines, like me
Yes.
and Melissa are always going to there torturing those fucking people, and we love the Who kids, the ones that, like in metal that anything that they haven't heard of
Right.
is impossible for it to exist. You know, so if you say, Corey Taylor, they go, Corey who?
Yeah.
As if somehow they're the nucleus of the fucking universe. You know what I mean? Like they made up music and shit.
I saw that on like one of
I love the
the
Who's.
articles discussing about like what makes a frontman or a singer, and when that person that was featured in the article, he literally retweeted that article and was like, "Who?" And it's like, it's you.
Like the person you just fucking retweeted.
It's you.
Right, you've made this mother. By the time you've said who, you've given it more value. Like, and what I love is like the Who's in New Hampshire, because there's nobody that lives here. So it's like, who? Your fucking neighbor. That's who. The fucking same motherfucker you see at Cumberland Farms. That's who.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm sorry. Who are you, JP?
I am
Because everybody knows you.
I am
Because this is New England.
Right. I'm a very well-known New England promoter. I also manage...
Everybody does know you.
I do a lot of the behind scenes. I try, dude. I try to make those connections. It's important for everyone that I work with.
People know. I'm always shocked when I'm with you or I'm with Good Bars.
Everybody knows Good Boss, too.
Every fucking body knows you too. I'm serious. Remember that time we walked into the strip club and I couldn't believe it. And we walked into a random strip club and the guy's like, JP! Oh! They start fucking slapping fives.
All right,
and
so
doing
that sounds really fucked up. It sounds like I'm hanging out at strip clubs, right?
No, that's what happened.
But here's the deal. We went to a random strip club because they were promoting a show for us.
That's
and
true.
I happen to know the people. That's why we got.
You didn't know that guy was.
I didn't know he'd be there. No, I didn't know.
Okay.
He'd be there. No.
And we were. I'm
No.
telling you, we were
And
walking a
let me-
dog someday.
Let me also clarify for Gio's sake. It was females dancing. The dude was security there,
that's
but
funny.
you know what I mean. Like, I don't want Gio to
Well,
get
they have-
excited.
I mean,
you know what I
this
mean?
is a
No.
different time now. People do a lot of. There's a variety of stuff going on now, JP.
Hey, I
You
don't
realize
judge.
that
I don't judge. I
there's
just
a-
like what I like.
There's
You know
a,
what I mean?
there's a- there's a plethora
Yeah.
of power.
Yeah.
Um,
Red's in the house.
Yo,
hey,
Red,
Red.
what up? I
Eileen's
forgot
in
what
the
I was
house.
going to
Hi,
say
Eileen.
now because that just really
Your fellow
derailed
merch
everything.
and tier is in the house. Eileen.
Hey.
I
Commenting
know.
on my nonsense Big Ego. Big E wants to know we're going to invite him on the show.
On this show?
Yeah. The next time I
next
piss
time-
someone off and we need security, okay?
Right.
All right, next.
Right, I was going to say. Damn, that really settles it. We were walking a dog one time. And this, I mean, I'm telling you, and in a very, out of nowhere, I said, did that motherfucker just say Good Bars? Oh, and another time, hey, remember when we were walking through that pathway? We were walking through the fucking woods. We were walking through the
Oh,
fucking...
he just heard that. He's like, yeah.
Yo, we were walking through the woods, and I see this kid he's walking towards us, and man, he's looking us up and down, man. He's like, it's a whole bunch of us, you know, and he's looking us up and down. I say he's gonna say something. I'm tapping because I said he's gonna say something. I say, you know one of you? No, I don't know him. I don't know him. I said he's gonna say something. As soon as he comes up, and you know, I'm always thinking because I don't have an ego. I'm always thinking he's gonna, you know.
I'm going to get a cramp. Holy shit.
Timestamp. But I really, honestly, I'm like, you know, I think he's going to say something about the band or something. You know, because we're all, like, dressed up. He walks right past the fucking band. He's like, oh, my God, that's Good Bars. I'm like, holy shit.
Oh,
the
man.
motherfucker's in his chat band. I'm telling you.
It's true, but I just got a JD. Thank
What?
you for telling us Jeff Beck died. I didn't know that. How do we miss
That's
that in today's?
awful.
Wait,
We checked through
Who?
Jeff. Oh,
No,
really?
come on, stop this.
Wow,
Yeah,
Jeff
you guys
Beck
fucking
died.
around
No,
because I don't
seriously,
want to say that on this
JD
program.
Said it, JD said it. I pulled it up. He's dead. Yeah, it's fucked up. One of the great.
That's one of my
musicians.
favorite. If
Great
you guys know
musician.
anything about me, God damn it,
Other
you
than
know.
his giant ego. He likes Jeff Beck.
That's right. Jeff Beck is a special person.
Yeah, that's messed up.
R.I.P.
I just showed you a video of
You
Jeff
did.
Beck doing tone arm squeals.
Oh, that's real shit, man.
Remember, he was doing.
That's real
He was. Remember, I was showing. Hey, yo, Bars. Remember, I was showing you. He was the pinky work. You using the tone arm on the pinky on the tone knob.
Yeah, that sucks. That's a big loss.
Oh
man.
my god.
I'm telling you, the guy is serious, man. He wasn't just a blues player
That's like
neither.
some
He was a
breaking
guitar
news. I
player.
didn't even pick up on that.
That's terrible.
R.I.P. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
JD
sorry
kicked
to
it
hear
up,
that.
and I just pulled it. I saw it. Yeah, crazy. Now, where were we?
I don't know. We're done for the night.
Oh, that's it. Peace. Thank you for tuning in. See you next Wednesday.
Nah,
We
man,
need to
but
introduce him.
Oh,
Wha-
yeah.
oh,
hold on.
him?
Yeah, so everybody knows me, and if you don't know me, shame on you. But to my left is the bass player, the thundering bass player from Sepsiss. But that's not all he is. Johnny Impact is so much more than just a bass player. You know, and there's a reason for that. That's why we call him Impact. He has an impact on everything he touches or breaks, and including marriages. What?
I love how you said or breaks.
Not his marriage, other people's marriages. Anyways, Johnny is an amazing human being, and I like to think of him as my little brother.
Ooh,
Thanks, man.
Here you go, buddy. Yeah,
that's the best big brother you're ever gonna get.
yeah. Well,
Besides
you know.
Bars.
I love you too, bro.
Wow. So yeah, there's a lot of love at this table tonight.
That's because I was trying to tell all the.
Lexi, we love you too. Just don't try to hug me again. She's been trying to hug me all night.
Well, she's the only one that's allowed to have any emotions other than anger or humor.
Right. I'm a little out of sorts because I've had a crazy month, so I'm like talking about things very. You saw. I was very like. I'm in deep thought. I'm on a new plane of
Well,
consciousness.
that's what I was like. If you wanted to talk about any of this, we'll
I'm good.
definitely generate the paperwork for you to sign. But
Bars, no paperwork needed, buddy.
we can't forget because everybody needs to know that we have shows coming up, and they can't forget that when Melissa is introducing the band and they get to our bass player, she goes, Johnny fucking Impact, boop boop. So if y'all that don't know, wait for that. Speaking of shows, we do have a show, and the only reason why I'm talking about it now is because it's cool, and in case people missed it last week. So me and this one, we go sticker bombing. Are you familiar with this?
I'm familiar with the sticker bombing.
So
What are
we
you
do
talking
sticker
about?
bombing. Well, now there's a fucking point system.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Who's the one that put the sticker all the way up the pole at the Fet?
That was Robert Pan.
Was it?
It was Robert Pan, and I'm gonna have to give him credit for that.
I got to give him credit for that. That's pretty far up.
I can, and I,
Johnny or Cam.
I solemnly swore to make sure that lore, was integral and authentic.
It's still there. That was like a 2019.
If anybody has the footage of Robert Pan climbing to the top pole of the Fet Music Hall,
I'm gonna have to.
he climbed to the top of the light
I'm
pole
gonna
and
have to
put the
look
Sepsiss
now.
sticker. It's where we set the bar.
Right.
Literally. There's no place on earth where anybody, so the maximum you can get, the maximum point. So little dynamite stick emoji?
Yeah.
So band members, so fans, friends, swarmies, whoever, the group, the Swarm.
Yeah.
People have stickers, they have Sepsiss stickers. And there's no, you can't put them on like police cars or federal buildings
You
or
don't
like
get trouble.
Right, we're really serious about this. Like, try to be like responsible. Seriously, we told you not to do it, so just don't. But for those places that you're allowed to put these things, you can get points from the band. All right. So the goal is you take the Sepsiss sticker and you stick it somewhere, and then you take a screenshot of it, and then you post it in the Swarm. And then any band member or staff member, this is including you, they can give dynamite sticks.
Okay.
I
didn't know this.
Yes,
It's all new to
I'm
me.
telling everybody right now.
All right.
So those of you who have stickers, and the way it works is we're gonna also put it on the website, so there'll be a key, but you get dynamite stickers, and then you can turn those dynamite emojis, and you're gonna be able to turn in also your honeycombs on Twitch. So honeycombs and dynamite sticks can be turned in for more stickers. So depending on and Lexi, how are the stickers graded?
creativity, survivability, and traffic.
Right. So like so if you stick something up and it's like, wow, it's really creative, like the pole, no one's ever going to get to it. You can't pull it down, and you're not going to get arrested. Then you get more points. You can take these points at the end of whenever you want to cash them in, and you say, how many points. Now, this is fun. So we're not like
Right.
you turn in your points. We start you at 0.
Right.
And we send you 10 stickers or whatever it is, and you do it again.
So hold up, time out. I would just like to point out to everyone something very important.
No band has ever done that before.
Well, that's cool, but that wasn't what I was going to point out.
Oh.
What I was going to point out is the coolest part about this segment is it wasn't planned. I mean, I know it looked like it was planned because Lexi's so ready with the rules.
Oh, no, we
and
didn't
stuff,
plan
but
that.
this wasn't even planned. Like, we just kind of talked about this, and that's what this show is all about.
Not really.
I mean, we do plan some of it because we have to have something to say, but the show's really about the stuff that comes off.
I just want to say one more thing on a
Correct.
side note. That sticker on that post was planted before the balcony was made there.
Correct.
So it was a lot.
Oh,
It
it
was
was
a
even
little higher.
harder
It was even
to
harder to get.
access.
That's
That's
a lot.
right.
That's even.
That is
true.
a very good
That
fan.
is true. That outside deck was not there.
So if you go and look at it and you're like, oh, that's not high, picture it without the deck.
Yeah, that's legit. That was just
Because
concrete
that's a high deck.
at the time. Yeah, it was.
That
was a good addition, Johnny.
Yeah, no. So that's really dope. So you guys continue Sticker Bomb. I really appreciate y'all doing that. About the show, we didn't have Swarm TV yesterday, so I just figured I would remind you guys about the Melissa Wolf birthday show. It's at Nashua Garden, and it's April 14th. And the coolest bands are there. Hero and the Horror is going to be there, and
Love those guys.
Carpathia.
Carpathia's
It's
awesome.
a no-skip show.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So Johnny's pointing to the flyer here.
Yeah.
You'll see the flyer online, and you'll see there's my friends from Carpathia. There's 4 of them there.
Yeah.
And then here's my friends from Hero in the Horror.
Yeah.
As you can see, they're a 5-piece. And then here's Sepsiss. Sepsiss is a
6-piece
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see 5 people here.
Why am I missing somebody?
Is
Is that?
Because we
Great
covered
question.
Johnny's head with the QR code.
Oh, that is
So
What is that?
Well, there's
Was
a
that on
reason.
purpose?
Well, no, this is the hometown. This is Nashua. The show's taking place in Nashua.
So
and
nobody
John has
cared
had
about
sex
Johnny.
with so many people's wives that we covered his face.
This
is true, though. This is
This is
So
absolutely
true.
what
true.
we did was to save everybody, we
Yeah.
covered John's face.
Right, so that the wives can
So
say they're going and
nobody-
the husbands won't know.
Well,
get
no,
it.
I did that to protect the community.
No, but you didn't, though, because now what's going to happen is all the wives are going to go. The husbands aren't going to know, so they're going to let the wives go. But then there's going to be like 6 or 7 women that show up looking for Johnny, and they're going to have a cat fight.
Well,
It's going to be crazy.
Cat is officially out of the bag because we only have. Thank you.
It's like saying the condom's out of the shoe.
Right.
Johnny!
I forgot I told you about that.
Yeah.
So, right. Walk a mile in my. No.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Yo, bro, try these kicks.
Oh, no, thank you. There's only so much room in the after party. So, everybody, it's a birthday party. It's Melissa's birthday. She'll be 22 again, like we both are every year. Everybody knows that,
She's a much better 22 than you are, buddy. No offense.
I'm blowing smoke on that. But it's her birthday, and on top of that, it's also the celebration and the release of our new single, Bleed Lines.
Oh yeah, I really love. I'm gonna go on. I'm sorry. I
You have the
really-
track.
I have the track. I really love the artwork, though. As much as I love the music, I love the artwork. We had this conversation about artwork.
We
Last
did.
episode
Am I
I
put
went
in? See, and now I'm bringing it into
But I
reality
hadn't seen the artwork at that point.
Okay.
We were just talking about stuff and how we feel.
and how artwork really sucks. And then we tried the AI talk and
Yes.
how important
Yes.
art. Yeah.
Right.
Somebody asked me if it was AI. I told them absolutely not.
No, that's fantastic. Good stuff.
Yeah. No. They killed.
And I'd like to give Melissa a little side clap because I've been keeping track of all the shit she's been painting.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
She's
Like,
incredible.
If you
yeah,
want to, she does her paint corner at Saturdays at 6 o'clock.
I'm a big fan of creativity and artwork and stuff, and I find it really interesting when bands do different things. And honestly, like right now, the only two bands that are really rocking the boat in New England artistically, not just musically, but artistically, is Sepsiss and Inverter, and that's because Deke
man.
is also an excellent.
I
artist.
would
And-
wear Inverter inspired clothing lines.
Oh, he's
Like, you know
he's
what I
great.
mean?
He's
Like,
painting
if-
all kinds of crazy shit, and
And I don't know if Deke ever watches this, but man, that's a great idea. I'm gonna have to write
do like a paint off.
I need to tell him like his designs for clothing would look great.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, no, you're right on the money with that.
Yep.
And there are some amazing artists out there that take advantage of like visual arts, and I'm trying to think of some others off the top of my head. I think Mantra Morta, does some painting, and I know Edge of Paradise does.
Oh,
I know.
something new.
Oh
I
no,
didn't
she's
know.
nice with it.
I did not know that.
Yep.
My apologies for not
Nah,
knowing.
she's nice with it. But so about the painting, as you know, we kind of have it's like a cable TV network that we have here. Every day there's always something going on. With this being our Wednesday segment.
Wednesday, let me.
Yeah. But Melissa's Paint Corner is on Saturdays, and JP's taking off his head. Would you like your head painted?
That would be so cool.
That might have to be like a fan inspired, like, I don't know, somebody does something and they get to tell Melissa what to paint.
I wanted
don't know.
to before we
Definitely
moved
a
on
face.
too far, I wanted to I did want to talk about the T-shirt in the after party. If you guys, this is the capacity to the April 14th show. It's tight in there, you know. So if I really urge you, I urge you, don't do that.
You knew what I was going to say.
I urge you that it will be tight. and with that said,
That should be enough to make you buy tickets now.
right, you should. Right, please
The
be ambitious.
keywords we're using.
So pre-sales up, and you can scroll around and also pick up tickets in our bands in town. And if you scroll,
Absolutely.
here on the Sepsiss Facebook page, you'll find them and grab some from some band members. I think there'll be like a Facebook event page.
April
going up.
14th.
It's April 14th, and there's very limited space in the after party. I think there's wow. We're down to like 5 or 6 spots left that I've looked and checked today that are available for people to come to the after party. There's going to be music. It's going to be wild. It's going to be a Sepsiss after party. It's what you would expect. But it's tight, just like the club. So if you plan on coming to the birthday party in Nashua Garden, and then you want to come and hang out after, you have to take a screenshot of your pre-sale tickets. The only way to get in, you have to take a screenshot of that, and you have to send it to a band member at the band page. Likewise, there are 5 T-shirts that people can win for free if they pre-sale the new single Bleed Lines. Bleed Lines is one of 2 singles that we're releasing this year before we release our album Take the World by Swarm. So Bleed Lines is up first, and after that, Romance and Reality, JP's favorite song.
Yep. I wasn't going to say it, but yes.
Okay. I'm hoping that JP's, the cool thing about Romance and Reality is he's heard the unmixed mastered version.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I like Bleed Lines, but I'm sold on Romance. Said it's more my style.
That was fucking early on, too,
No,
right?
but that was
early
bars.
on.
Bars feel the same way.
Yep.
But if you ask Cam's a Bleed Lines guy.
Yep.
Cam and Joe, they're Bleed Lines guy. That's a lot of info.
What kind of guy are you, Johnny?
One last thing for band news. Every now and then I gotta blow the smoke for these motherfuckers. So, and you know how they have, there's fans, then there's VIPs, and then there's Patreons, and then there's so many layers of the
Yes.
Sepsiss community. There's ICG.
Yeah.
There's Murder Hornets. There's Paper Wasps. there's like all these different. It's crazy. Go check out our Discord. I'm telling you, it's all that's in there. Well, there's one more tier. There's one more club. So, like, you could be a Swarmy or a Patreon. Like, those are the 2 big ones, right? Or a supporter here on Facebook. But then there's one more crazy elite. It's like our special forces, JP. It's the special forces of Sepsiss, and it's called the Star Club.
Okay.
And it's so special, it's so dangerous that we tell people don't join.
Is this new?
No, the Star Club's been around for years.
Many
okay.
years.
That's how exclusive it is. It's like, I mean, it's like, you know, I want to say it's like the Green Berets. It's like you're going through Hell Week. I mean, there's pain
like the
involved.
Navy SEALs.
You got to
Is it a
bleed.
secret society, or do we know?
Yes.
We don't know who belongs in there.
Well, Sepsiss family.
Is Geo in the Star Club?
No,
Don't
but
make me flip this table.
No, but I can see Gio being in the Star Club. But this is how I feel about the Star Club. We do not ever recommend even people joining the Star Club. This is our band. You know, every band's dream. Well, I don't know about you guys at home, but I'm just gonna say it and admit it. Not to embarrass all the other bands out there. There's, you know, our size, but we want fans. We want attention. We want to get our music out to people. I know that's hard for a lot of bands to say, but I'm saying it. That's why we're on social media. I turn this shit off right now. But we do all this stuff for the 25 minutes of music that we play at the Fet Music Hall. Oh, man. But so there is one more fucking tier of
Thanks, John.
awesomeness when it comes to our community, and it's called the Star Club.
Okay.
And there's only one way to do it. There's only one way to get in it.
Okay.
And you have to
How do you get in it, Will?
you have to get the official Sepsiss tattoo.
Yeah, I'll never join the Star Club.
So the Star Club today has a new, and that's okay because we have somebody. We have
you had to
somebody that
bleed.
did.
Who joined?
My buddy Sean Hardesty. Sean's from Texas.
don't
So
know
we're
Sean.
going to be meeting Sean soon.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing, there might be a little leak in there for all of y'all.
Uh-oh.
What?
What?
So here's the crazy part.
It's even crazier?
Yeah. The gentleman that gave Sean the star tattoo is in the band Rear Naked Choke.
Oh, okay. And he's also a tattoo artist?
Yes.
I like
He's an
this.
award-winning tattoo artist. And yeah. So this is like he got like a double barrel band
I like it.
motherfucker.
I like it.
But here's one star. This is the only place where because you know how social media is now. People don't even want bank accounts. They just want followers. Okay? So now, you know, what does people want to do? People love to be shout-outs. People love stories. People like these sorts of things. It's the only place where you can be sure that if you join the Star Club, it's the only place. It's of course by option. People can take the option or leave it. But you send us a picture of your tattoo, and we post it in front of our 2.5 million reach, and we plaster it all over the internet. We show your tattoo to everybody all over the internet. We tag you in the post. You know, we induct you into the Star Club, and it even has a page on our official website. So everybody that's got a Sepsiss Star tattoo can be found at sepsiss.com.
I like that. There you go.
And here's the cool part. If you have an official Sepsiss Star tattoo and you're part of the Star Club, you get VIP for life.
I like that.
Whoa.
For life. That means when we show up, we're pulling you out the ticket line.
Wow.
Yeah, I like that. That's good stuff.
That's how the Star Club works. It's the only way to do it. We don't recommend that people do it. It's your body. We want people to think really hard.
Well, I love Sepsiss, but that's why I said I would never join.
Cam's
because
got
I
one
am
on his throat.
a blank palette.
Do you know who else is? Melissa Wolf doesn't have one tattoo or piercing.
Yeah, I have no tattoos.
Actually, no, she has a navel piercing.
I had
That's
this
it.
conversation with a friend today who told me she was going to get another tattoo very shortly, and she's like
Tell her to get the star.
way
She'll
up
get
double
VIP for
digits.
life.
She's like 50 plus tattoos.
Oh, it's nothing
48
for
of
her.
them.
She could get a Sepsiss star. This is why I love people who have a lot of tattoos. Because, like, fuck it, dude. I'll get the star.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that's cool.
Ooh, so we were bouncing that around.
I tell
talking about
people,
that stuff today.
I tell people all the time, this is gonna scare the shit out of you. So don't you know what I mean? Don't be crazy. You know what I mean? I'm gonna die in this band.
Hopefully not soon. But
Not
okay.
soon,
Yeah.
but let's say I live to tomorrow or 100 or whatever.
Right.
I'm gonna die in Sepsiss.
Right.
I'm Sepsiss forever. The Swarm is forever. Our music is forever. We don't make music for iTunes.
Right.
So when people do get so on the other side, you know, I don't really want people to go get tattoos unless that's what you really want to do. But if you do,
You're in.
you're in. That's that. So people are like, are you guys going to stay a band if I get the tattoo? Oh, man, we're going to stay a band.
Yeah, that's actually a valid question, though, because a lot of bands have disappeared during the pandemic. You know?
Imagine that. I don't want to say any names.
No, I wouldn't.
Because I wouldn't want to upset anybody with a tattoo.
Correct.
I have a bug on my face.
You do.
It stands for the swarm.
God damn it.
You don't have to get that.
No, I'm gonna get it.
We gotta get my assistant.
I needed to walk over there. Gio wanted to look at my ass anyways.
Well, now you got that light. I don't even know what we're doing.
You
that
like
was the longest fucking
you
intro.
Like it when I start
I'm
trouble.
sorry about that intro. That was long.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Where are we at? Let's move on to a subject, and then we gotta. I want to hear from the bass player tonight.
Lex, you got? Do you have any openers for us today?
I do.
I'm just gonna relax on this one. I want to hear what JP's got to say.
Okay. This is a good one then.
Then kick it. Let me see what's up.
It's mistakes and grooves that make an album. So Nurgel or Nar, if I pronounce his name wrong, I sincerely apologize. Nurgel from
Do you need help with that microphone, Lex?
Beowulf?
Is it failing on you a little bit?
I don't know. What's happening?
Hold on while we adjust for technical difficulties.
Did I do something?
No, it's just a little.
Will is showing his mechanical expertise.
No, it's just got a little. It's got a little lean to it, you know. It's got a little lean, a little rock.
Oh, I was just thinking about that song when you said it was a little lean to it.
Oh, there you go.
Was that better?
Right.
Is this better? Okay.
Lexi, back to
I
the
could feel front of the
There's a
house
vibe.
over
You
there.
felt
Like,
it,
yeah.
Yeah.
So Nurgel from Behemoth?
Sure. Behemoth.
Thank you. Behemoth. I sincerely apologize if I
Everybody
pronounced it
put a
wrong.
1 in the chat if they heard of Behemoth and listened to one song.
I like Behemoth. Go ahead. All right.
Have you? Does anybody know a Behemoth song? I just wanted to prove that metal isn't popular.
No, I'm not a huge fan, but I have listened to them. Yeah.
Everybody that's never heard of Nobody says they're not a huge fan. Nobody's a huge fan of Nobody anymore.
Well, that's not true. I'm a huge fan of some bands.
Really?
Really.
No, yeah, you are. You don't.
No, I really am.
No, I know you are.
But I'm
sorry,
not gonna start naming names. So
Okay.
people are gonna be like, "Oh, you said that. You talked about them, but you didn't talk
Well,
about me."
Johnny's gonna say something about ghosts, so we got
Yeah,
to.
yeah, keep moving.
So he was talking in an interview about how overly polished recorded music is today and how it sounds robotic with no imperfections. And how that's also in metal and pretty much every single genre of metal.
Yes.
And he says that it's the mistakes and grooves that make heavy metal music, especially in every genre really, more unique.
Yep.
And that's what makes an album, that's what makes a song. Because if you were to listen to these bands and they'll say that, oh, they got the organic sound, but it all sounds the same. Every click, every snare, every kick drum, it all sounds like a robot. It all sounds the same. There's no danger in the
Everything's been
music.
polished out of it.
Well,
Yeah.
can I say another
I
thing
hear
too?
that. I hear that.
There's an overwhelming influence in marketing and advertising that goes into Dre beats. Okay, sorry, Dre, but you don't mix music on Dre beats.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but if you and this is, a lot of folks got nasty with me because I made a post and me and Cam tape up the guitars.
Yeah.
We tape up the top,
Yes,
and
so
people
nobody
go
can see what
and
you're
people
playing.
right, and the thing, and a lot of folks had responded and say, you guys are just being jerks because everybody knows what you're playing anyways. So what's the big statement? And the statement is no, not everybody does.
Right.
And some people might look at Will and go, he plays a $600 guitar, so if I go out and spend that kind of money, I could play like William. And that's not going to happen.
Right.
Because I didn't learn on a $300 guitar.
Right.
I didn't learn on a $200 guitar.
Right.
I learned on a $70 guitar.
Right.
So there's a tremendous amount just like there was when we were kids in magazines and newspapers. There's a tremendous amount of encouragement that goes into some of the hardware and software. So if they put a lot of effort into marketing guys like Joey Sturgis and his plug-in packages.
Yep.
Okay, and I love Joey. I'm just using
I
him
get what
as
you're saying. I get what you're saying, though. Yeah.
But if the kid if so, who loves Joey Sturgis? Motherfuckers like me. I like Joey Sturgis because I like the sound from 2010.
Right.
I like the sound from 2009. So I like guys like guys like him that are known for a certain sound, or guys like Dre that are known for a certain sound. They can take their name. I have a software package, JP. It's called the Blue Smoke. I'm not even lying. And in it, it's got a bunch of sounds, and it's got a bunch of frequencies, and it's got my voice in it, and it's got drums that I use. It's a hip hop package, and you can buy it. I'm not even lying to y'all. I haven't put it up in the comments. But you can buy it, and it comes with me. You can get me singing on it, drums, and it's all really played by me in real time. And basically, Bars made me and copied me digitally and put me in a piano. Johnny, where you can plug.
Johnny, how do you feel about that?
No, I'm not even kidding.
It comes with a hologram of Will now.
I'm not even kidding. But what I was gonna say is, there are, and me and Bars used to have the argument a lot for fun. We used to go back and forth, and he used to tell me how old I am, and I used to tell him how young he is, and because my little bro. And anytime he come in with a new gadget, you know what I mean? I teach him a new chord or something that would really irritate him. So we can make the argument about digital tuners,
right?
Or even like Peter Frampton and talk boxes, or some of this stuff. Some digital stuff is cool, and
No, but I get what he's saying, though. I mean, there's something about that raw production quality that we had. I mean, it's the same thing as we were talking about with vinyl. There's something about that sound quality from back in the day.
Yes.
It feels very real.
Referring to Lexi's article, they're talking about software there, where they're saying that a lot of people will use, well, of course, you got digital audio workstations. If you don't know, music is recorded on workstations normally.
Yeah.
Digital audio workstations like Fruity Loops or Cubase or Region or Logic or Pro Tools, Studio One. So then, and then your alternatives would be like ADAT or reel-to-reel or some older methods. Some of us even used to record on 4-track tapes, like the Tascam Porter Studios.
Way back.
Right. So that's as far as I go back, which really sounds ancient, right? So, but what they're referring to a lot is people using the same plugins.
Yep.
And these plugins, which are files, and when you're previewing them on your desktop, it looks like an analog rack-mounted equalizer. It looks like an analog tape reel. They'll even animate it, and the tape will go around the spools, and et cetera, et cetera. When you play solid-state amp sim, when you're looking at an amp simulator, just like on the Head Rush, it shows you images of what real amplifiers look like. So farts like me won't be scared about playing a Nintendo Switch.
Right.
I mean, the stuff that Cam introduced me to this year, I never would have touched it if it didn't have a big picture of an old amplifier on it. I was like, what the fuck is that? So guys like me, we want to smell the fire. We want to know we can turn a knob. So, based on the image and the marketing of how these, synthetic machines appear to be, it goes into a lot, and who's endorsing them. Something we use a lot in our demos is a Joey Sturgis project. It's called Howard Benson. You know what I mean? We use it a lot because it is probably the shittiest rendition of what Glenn can do.
Yeah.
But it's this kind of like one-stop shop and drag and drop piece of shit that gets us to a place where we can go, okay, let somebody professional take it.
Yeah.
And we could talk about that later on, but because of the world that we live in today, and we'll talk about this, because of independent versus being signed and what that really means. Now, I don't mean being signed by independent labels.
Right.
That's still independent.
Yeah, you're talking about
I'm
the
talking
big boys.
about the big boys.
Can I
Yeah.
add one more thing to that?
Sure.
Hey, go ahead, Johnny.
Not that I'm a songwriter or anything like that as well, but I've noticed a lot listening to music, even
Okay.
the way the songs are written, people forgot that the perfectness of a song is the imperfectness of the
I
song.
think that's the argument here.
I think
but
that is the
I
argument,
think if we're going to talk about perfect versus imperfect, we have to talk about being original.
Yeah.
Right. So, right.
Back in the day,
There's a lot to
the
discuss with
amp
this
made your sound. The
Yeah.
microphones,
Right.
the studio you went to,
Right.
the Okay, when you think about Sepsiss,
right.
we have a sound.
There's a whole
That's because
right.
because the kind of hardware we use and our
Right.
producer, Mr. Grammy-nominated Glenn fucking Robinson, and his revolutionary approach
Right.
to mixing bands like us.
Right. So you have to know what the ingredients are that make up your sound.
Kentucky
you have to know and
Fried
understand
Chicken
that.
is
Right.
the reason why we love people like Popeyes too, but they're distinctly different.
Correct.
People, you fight all day about
Right.
sticks, and I like sticks and I like branches.
Right. So when you're creating an original piece of music with your band, which is your original group of people,
The technology tends to dial out the individual. When you crank up auto tune, when you're saying imperfection,
yeah,
okay, we're talking about making up for attack time, the time that a person's words are powerful and hit your ears, the release time,
yeah,
the compression time. When you're controlling that synthetically, you're leaving the responsibility up to the computer. The better your performance is prior to getting in the computer, it's what's going to contribute to a great performance. And it will be up to the technicians and the composers at that time to fine tune or dial in how much of that person they really want in that. And I agree. We call that, perfect or imperfect. I think the English is a little fucked up. I think we mean processed.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No. Right. The terminology
It's
might need to be tweaked a little
processed.
bit. Yeah. Yeah. When it gets into the studio and it gets processed and polished and maybe over processed.
It's the process that
Yeah.
these things are going through, John.
Right.
I mean, okay, so let me explain. When you turn up a digital frequency, it fragments differently. Like gold and platinum. They're both golds. Platinum's a gold.
right.
It polishes differently. You understand? It's got a different timbre. It's got a different, like you just said about the vinyls.
Yep.
You love this because you know it's real.
Yep.
And the same thing with texture and timbre. We're talking about we have the same argument when we talk about we have the same type of conversation and measurements when we look at valve and amplifiers with tubes in them versus solid state. And the floor models. I love that damn head rush. But I can't tell, JP, if I love it because my back feels better.
Right. Yeah. Part of it. It plays a part in it. You're not
There's
carrying
more
that,
room in the
you're
car.
not carrying that, extra heavy amp around. So yeah.
Right.
Part of it.
But you know what the part that is distinctive to me is how both of these tones are polished. And when I get to which one do I like better, I think I don't like sticks or branch. I don't like branches more than sticks. I think they're just trees. And someday and some days you learn to appreciate
Either or.
Yeah. We have so many options now. And in the world, if you tell everybody. You can listen to all. You can have all. Listen, JP, this thing comes with 1,000 amplifiers on it.
Yeah.
I used to.
Yeah.
Because I'm in my 40s and I just want to play fucking rock and roll music.
Yeah.
I'm not so much into the trends.
This is a very, very interesting topic that can
Yeah.
go in many different directions.
No, okay.
But I'm going to point out something because I'm going to bring it up later on. Johnny made a comment during his answer. I'm not picking on you. Johnny made a comment during his answer that really tweaked me a little bit. So we'll bring it up on a future episode. Johnny said, not that I'm a songwriter or anything. And I saw your eyes open when he said. So we will revisit, because this is a very important subject right now for me. So we will revisit this maybe on the next episode. But
Stay
in the
tuned.
meantime, we have a comment that I want to comment on. Ryan says he hears that cassettes are coming back. What do we think about all that? So real quickly, I'm just going to say, I think that. I don't like cassettes. I never liked cassettes. Cassettes were the industry's way of making money and moving vinyl out of the way. And I think vinyl affected your auditory experience. And I don't think cassettes did at all. I don't like cassettes. Cassettes were cheap. It was a way to get our money. And cassettes broke down easy and fast. And you had to buy new cassettes to replace the ones that broke. I don't like cassettes. That's my 2 cents. Anybody? Cassettes?
I'm kind of with you there. I think it's just a trendy thing. It's gonna phase in, phase out.
Yep.
So I like the I like hearing about. Oh, this is so great. This is the best for me because I'm like with you guys, but I love being an asshole and like fight. I like fighting myself. I like challenge because it's all about the construct. Because initially I go, that sounds like so much fun.
Oh, bring cassettes back.
But the only thing that I'm imagining myself with one of my going like this.
Yeah.
Winding up all the shit.
With the pencil in the hole.
Taping
And doing
stuff.
no.
I'm with you guys. You know, as much as I love nostalgia, as much as I love my orange rocker verb, it's beautiful. It's $6,000. I'm not taking it anywhere next summer.
No.
It's a piece of furniture.
Yeah.
And you know, I love how we all, as a species, this goes way beyond music and rock and roll, but it's like us as a species, we're always going back talking about how fucking awesome it was back in the day. Back in the day when you were so popular and your feet didn't smell, right? Back in the day when you made all that money. Back in the day when you were really killing the riffs. Back in the day when you got all the pussy. Back in the day when you didn't do shit. Stop. People always talk about back in the day, like we all want to light up oil lamps and walk around with no fucking medicine and with cassette tapes and fucking, you know what I mean? Like nobody wants to walk around with beepers and before we could tune guitars.
Really big cell phones.
Right. So when some people go, man, I hate that everything sounds polished and there's a process to everything. The thing is, you can't hate on historical events and then look at now and be like, I don't like what we have now and I don't like the historical events. When, you know, we could go back in the day and then people can find something to complain about when they look in history. But it's hard to look back on history and be like, you know, the thing that was so awesome at that time would be awesome today. Have you ever thought about any of your ex-girlfriends, everybody? They're not as awesome.
Depends on what day it is.
Right. And for how long? But okay, I did it. I did this before. We were at my mother's house. We were cleaning stuff up, and I found a bunch of pictures, and we were talking about old stuff and old toys and the stuff that we all had when we were kids. And I said, man, they had this one bike by Huffy, and it was this cool bike, and the other guy that was helping me clean up said, hey man, I had that same bike. And we were talking about how awesome it was and how awesome everything was in the 90s and how colorful and how
they
how
made it
we
a
couldn't-
26
it's
inch,
so cool.
the wheels were big and
yeah,
flew
that
off-road.
mags
Yeah, I know,
and
exactly,
shit. You know,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
remember those commercials and you know, and we got YouTube. So you know, I said to myself, man, I just got to get a look at one of these things. So my mind had built up this fantasy of this big, colorful, because I remember as a child, when the way it hit me as a child, you know, and I can think of that about some of the riffs I used to listen to, and some of the bands I listened to, and some of the...
Did you see that? The shirt just kind of took a life of its own in case it started to come down.
Everything
That's
falls
yeah,
here.
that's
Will's
that's
projecting so much
randomly.
energy into the room.
No,
Support
everything
local
falls
music.
randomly, like bowls off the.
So
the
you're saying
counter,
the
top
studio's
of the-
haunted is what you're saying.
And here's
just
the other
saying
thing.
Everything falls.
Should we name the ghost?
Notice how Will's trying to change the subject. We started talking about ghosts. And he got
I'm scared.
yeah.
Hey, I respect the honesty.
When you really take a look at it, like, I got into music. One of the first things that I ever did in music, like publicly, was I was a DJ. I was a hip hop DJ. I used to DJ for break dancers and MCs and stuff like that. And you know, looking back, the tools of the trade haven't changed much. Okay, people that spin vinyl still spin on SL1200 MK2s. Just like they did on Entrefon Diamond Head needles, like when I was a kid. Oh, the best mic, Shure 85s. We're still there with this. 57s, huh? Now I'm talking all type of to guitar players and everybody. You know, we're still using Newmans. We're still using these microphones. So these things aren't gone. So when we start talking about, you know, how polished something is, and people go, no, the music was so much better back in the day, then why the fuck aren't you listening to it? Why aren't you listening to the Big Bopper? If it was so fucking good. Hello, babe. Right. Everybody, because this happens in rap music all the time. I got a lot of rap buddies, and they'd be like,
You can't pull shit out like that because then I go right to a line.
you know, back in the day, how good it was back in the day. How good. You hear metal elitists talk about how good it was back in the day. But it's like, if it was so good back in the day, how come you're not playing those records?
So Gio said, just to keep the record straight, he doesn't have to go back in the day to complain. Pemberton is sitting right here.
Was that a pun intended?
Yeah.
Well, people will complain about now, and they'll complain about it in reference to back in the day, like historical figures. They're going to come out of the Mayan temples and start listening to cassettes and playing Chinese jump rope.
It was funny. It is what it is. Listen, this is a great subject. I enjoy it. Right now, I'm not going to go into detail, but right now I am working on some creative stuff myself, and the whole sound quality is very important.
We got to where we are now because we didn't like cassettes.
That's true. That's true.
People were finding ways to get out of it. Everything we ever invented was a way for our species to try to fucking not get up out of a chair or boil water.
Yeah. All right, what's the next one, Lexi?
The next one is, so I'm sure you guys have all heard about the mega group called the Big Six.
Nope.
What?
You ever heard about that?
Nope.
You got to hear about this.
I try not to, any of the clickbait shit I go right by.
That's
This
why
isn't
we have
clickbait.
you on this. That's what. Then we bring you on this program
Yeah,
and
that's
they
why I
give it all
talk
to
about
you.
it fresh. I'm not like reading.
Oh, okay.
Because I'd be at home all sour reading that shit. I'd be like, look at this stupid shit. But go ahead, tell me what. What's up?
If you're in a band, that's what you do.
Yeah.
This isn't a meme, I don't think, but it's six very well-known, successful scream, death metal, metalcore vocalists. They all came together and created
Don't look at
a
me like
group.
that.
Hold on. They all came together and created a group called the Big Six to show how important they all fucking are. Is that what you're telling me?
Not how
Listen, because
important they are.
me and JP, we are the masters
Yeah.
of detecting ego.
Yeah. When you have an ego this fucking size, you spot the other guys coming quickly. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, one of the people that were originally a part of the Big Six, his name is Chris Franzak. He is the frontman of Attila. He stepped down from the project.
Does he not feel that he's big enough to be in the Big Six now?
No, it was for other reasons, personal
Egos didn't all
reasons.
fit in the room, is what you're telling me.
But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because we say here on the networks all the time of how difficult it is to get six people in
Well,
a
we're not
room.
getting six Melissas in the room.
That's true. We're not getting six Melissas in the room, but still, nonetheless,
hold on, I
there's
gotta
still
say
six
something.
people.
Melissa does not have an aggressive ego like that.
Not at all.
I just made that joke because it was funny.
Well, yeah, it's
But-
funny till you realize you're sleeping on the couch tonight.
Right.
But the closest you're getting to her undergarments is the one hanging off your microphone
Listen,
right there, bro.
turn it off.
No, Melissa has legitimately, she's probably has an undersized ego.
If they put six Melissas in the room, then we'd be fired.
Yeah, that's probably
It would be quiet.
It would be very organized.
Organized and quiet.
Right.
the artwork would be amazing.
Mm.
But
You
yeah.
have a lot more merch to sell, that's for sure.
And you'd have a lot of merch.
Yeah.
And a lot of laundry.
Yes, tons of laundry. I
That's
can go with
fine.
that one. Sorry,
That's
Melissa.
fine. But we say all the time how difficult it is how over the years it's been difficult for most bands, most groups to keep a lineup, to keep the original members. And
That's
That's
a
the
fact.
big one.
That's a fact.
And we see this happening before your eyes. Like, we're not just saying that because it's clickbaity and it's going to get you guys' attention and we're just talking out our butts. No. It really is difficult to keep an original lineup. I mean, take it. I mean, Sepsiss has gone through over like 20. So to see this happening in real time in front of your eyes, how difficult it is to keep an original lineup.
Yeah,
That's why I
no.
brought it up, because it's definitely putting the money where our mouths are of how
Can
how
I
hard
say
it could
something
be.
about
It's
them
so
that I
difficult.
don't know?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to say stuff I don't know, and that's what everybody does on the internet. And they say,
Well, because everyone's got an opinion, even if they don't have the information.
I don't know anything about these boys, except for the fact they're really talented. But this is the issue that I've had in terms of 6 people in a band, because I've never done this before. The only time I've ever been in a 6-piece is now. The only time I've ever been in a successful rock and roll band is now. And I want to talk about success because to me, success is being able to get with a group of people, come up with goals, make schedules, organize plans, do these works publicly, show your work, be accountable, okay? And then have the realization and agreement in the group that these goals have been completed.
Yeah.
The realization that this group, when we get done with something and turn the page, that's the point that you're successful. Not when Blabbermouth says so.
Right.
Not when your record label says so.
Right.
Not. You dig what I'm saying? So I think what we're talking about here is success. Seriously. And 6 people being in a room, the only way you can make that a success is if you're having compromise.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm just keeping it on, and motherfuckers are probably
100%.
throwing tomatoes at the screen and everything else. And, oh man, it's for
6
money,
people in a
man.
room, all with different personalities, ideas.
This and
different
creative
size egos.
stuff.
Yeah.
And when you're talking about creative stuff, you're also talking about, we talked about before how, musicians, it's so metal to just be tight and lighten up and have thick skin. But, even these big burly metal guys, are putting their their feelings.
Lunch order for 6 people is not easy.
Right.
So it's I give you guys all the credit in the world. There's only, and I talk about these guys all the time. I'm sorry, I know I really love these guys, but that this is why the whole Seven Dust thing blows my mind.
Mm-hmm.
You've got 5 guys, and Clint left the band for a little while, and Sonny Mayo joined in, but they're back together like that. These 5 guys.
I'm gonna touch on that. That's was my,
and that's crazy. That's nuts.
That was kind of my exit note. Was when you look at Sepsiss on social media, there's some people that watch us quite a bit, and I think can chew through the fluff and kind of cut the fat to see what kind of people we are. But I want to make it clear, watching us on social media and watching us on this show is not a good way to judge who we are as people.
Right.
Okay? It's just such a small time that we're coming on here with, and you said it earlier, we're not scripted, but we're prepared to be in front of you. So it's the part of the band that's not prepared to be in front of you.
Right.
Okay, that matters. It's what we're doing. It's like Sepsiss has album art. Let's celebrate. There's a new photo shoot. Let's celebrate. Right. There's another fucking video. Let's celebrate. Sepsiss goes to Boston. Let's celebrate. There's a lot going on to go play 30 minutes. Everybody's got a business proposition. Everybody's got an endorsement. Everybody's got a phone call. I get up in the morning. If I told you, you'd never fucking believe it. If you want to go with Dad to work for a day, hit me up. Because I'm the rock and roll fucking dad. I get up in the morning at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, and the shit doesn't stop.
I know.
And I'm a firm believer that you're staying out of trouble if you're busy. So we stay busy.
Yeah.
With the 6-piece thing, I'm going to keep it real. I don't know them boys. I don't want to say nothing about them.
Not easy.
But the Sepsiss thing, it's because we all love each other, man.
Yeah.
I don't think, and that's what you don't know. Yeah. Johnny's not paying me to be here. I'm not heckling him, giving him a hard time. JP comes here because he loves being here. You know what I'm saying? We love New England. We love the scene. I think that's the biggest thing that gets missed post after post, week after week, no matter what me and Melissa say. When you say you're here because you love music, nobody believes it.
Yeah, but we knew that. We knew that would be the problem. A lot of people don't realize either before the show started.
6 people getting together, they got to agree that they're there for the same reason. Remember, I said that success is defined. It's determined. It's based on us agreeing that we're on the same trajectory.
Right.
If we can't agree on the goals that we have and then set the trajectory together, if we can't agree that this is, okay, we came here today, but we all had an agreement that we were coming here today. We all had planned to be here today. So, you know what I'm saying? It's successful when we leave.
Yeah. A lot of people don't. I mean, yeah, this is the point when we started doing the show. This was our meetings in the morning.
Right.
I would interrupt the Sepsiss meeting. And I would call up, we're having a meeting? We're having a meeting
How
now,
come
Will?
you guys are doing... Right. A lot of what you do see us doing, when you do see us making reels, when you do see us going live, when you guys see me doing Afternoon Delight, I'm practicing.
Yeah.
I don't have... The reason why I'm doing that, because I don't have any more time in the day where I can do guitar scales, and it's boring.
Right.
So I'll do backtracks and guitar scales, because I know a lot of guys like to shoot the shit about the music industry, talk about guitars. You know? Melissa does the paint stuff because she's commissioned for it.
Right.
And you know, we're here. Shout out to everybody giving us stars, and shout out to all the companies that pay us. You know, we're here with our endorsements. We're here with our people. So believe me, like we you know, you partner up with good fits. You partner up with people that understand your goals. You partner up. You fuck with people in life that have a clear understanding of your trajectory. You know how many people that think they care about me, and they probably have the best intentions. You know how many people that think they're supporting me. But if we ask each other can they identify with my goals and where I'm going? Because people that identify with your goals, those are the motherfuckers you want standing next to you.
Right.
People who are confused, you know, I'd be an asshole sometimes. We get fans that just don't understand what we're doing here. And I'll say, don't let it hit you where the good Lord splits you. You better cut your fucking peaches before you serve them. Because we're not an everybody band. We're not a everyone like me. We're not a Spotify band. So you got to know who you are in this business. And I told you that success is defined and based when you've completed that circle. And everybody in that circle agrees to that.
Exactly.
When you've made the realization that your predictions and the goals that you've assembled as a group, when those predictions have reached culmination, when you're satisfied, when the circle of those clear people are cognitive and purposeful, and we all add value and agree on that value, that's when we become successful, not when anybody else says so.
Next one, Lexi.
The next one goes into what we were talking about before this article, which is the same person talking about organic music and how organic music is music that fluctuates, goes up and down.
I'm going to be a weirdo just for a second.
I'm a little confused.
Everybody says organic because,
music,
but that's like, remember fat-free?
Right.
Remember sugar-free?
Right.
It seems so. Now, listen, as an advertiser, when people start doing all this stuff, everyone's going to throw tomatoes at me again. When people do, I'm a carnivore, you know what I'm saying?
It all makes me crazy.
Hold on. I eat to satisfy everybody. I'm a food person.
Yeah, it all makes me crazy.
I do food.
Someone called me the other day.
Why? Why are you looking at me like that?
Someone called me the other day and said, hey, on the way over here, can you pick up a gallon of fat-free milk for the kids? I said, that's child abuse. Fat-free milk.
Kids are going to need their fat now.
Yeah.
Right. They should ask me when my mother was sending me across the street from Marlboro Reds. Back then, you used to write a kid a note. My mom used to say, all right, kid, head over to the street. I need 2 packs of Marlboro Reds, Smirnoff, you know, whatever. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you know, the organic thing is so trendy. It's like the polished thing. I don't know. All this stuff sounds like catalogs and categories to me. It just sounds like stuff that people buy. Like, for instance, you say organic or digital, and this is the irony of the joke that we used to have. You know, apples or oranges.
Sometimes they lose me with the terminology, and then I'm just done.
It's
I'm
English.
Like,
we're all playing with English, and then when you start playing with English and you talk about the internet, you're talking about just behaviors that are like mocking or mimicking like advertising or trends or like whatever the fuck it is. It's just behavior.
Yeah.
That's exactly why they say it like that.
Yeah. But sometimes it doesn't work. It's like marketing. Sometimes it doesn't work.
Right.
You shoot for a certain thing. You think you're gonna sound trendy and cool, and someone goes, "What a dipshit!" And
well, what I've learned about being in Sepsiss is you're gonna offend someone regardless.
Right.
When you have 6 people in any group. You know,
time check. We're at 8:33.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Get the
So
fuck
I'm just
out.
time checking because I know that we have a really we got any more? Do we have an according to Lexi?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
according
do
to
it.
Lexi,
Okay.
and then we'll move on to the bass guy.
So, according to Lexi, is from an interview from Miss Christina Scava from Lacuna Coil.
Wow.
And she's talking about how when she first started being a woman in metal back in 1994, it's not the same how it is today. Meaning, back when she started her band, it was very male
I
dominated.
love to have Lexi on this program because it's always just like this crazy back in the day thing for me. This is killing me. It's a fucking paradox.
No, okay, but so I can see that. Though,
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
the industry has changed, so I'm sure it has completely changed for females.
I
and
love this because I don't know shit. Let's go.
But there is a part to this. So that's what a little bit what I was saying. So when she first started her band back in '94, it was very male dominated at that point.
John, you were just born.
So females in metal weren't very welcomed at the time. They weren't very like, oh my God, you're a female vocalist in metal? Like, that's fucking rad. Like, it wasn't really like that. How
It's
it is
not
today.
really like that. Well, I know what you're saying. Sure.
But also in that same sense, there's still inequalities.
Yep.
So what she was talking about is how these days, if you're a woman in front woman in metal, the first thing that they look at is if you have the look, whatever the look is to that person or to that press or whoever. If they don't
This is
have
so
that look,
interesting to me.
they don't get the attention. And if they do have the look, they get the media attention. And how
Oh, this is
their
interesting.
music, if you are a vocalist, for example, all they really care about is if you have the look, if you look beautiful. They don't really necessarily.
I think it's always been like that. I'm just being honest. I think it's always been like that.
It has, and
Yeah.
that's what she was talking about. Is how yes, in some ways, there is some equality for women in metal based off of the
Well, I mean,
previous.
there's
But
that's
now
true. I mean, I think
today,
that's even
there's
true
still
in you know, a lot of different areas
Yeah.
in society.
A lot
Without
of
peeling back a whole different type of program,
Right.
Yeah.
I think I'm huge fan of women. So
Yeah, me too.
you know, so
right. But
so I
there is a part of the interview that really spoke to me, is that it would be nice if people would go past the looks, go past
People aren't nice.
what they first appear,
that was
and,
the most male thing I think I've ever said in my life.
It would be
and
nice.
go beyond that, where the instrument you play, the voice you're pushing out of your body, and the feelings you convey with your music are the most important thing.
Well, not
And
if it's
how you
polished,
look.
goddammit.
All right, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. That's funny, but hold on a minute. Seriously, this is an important subject, and it is important, and I do think it's always been like that. And I have known personally, and as a music fan, known from a distance, multiple musicians, male and female, that were extremely talented at what they did, but because of their appearance, because they didn't fit the look.
That's
All right.
exactly
Get a
what I'm
break.
talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's 100% true.
Okay,
But it's a business.
let's hold on.
I'm not defending it, but it is a business.
Let's get into it. Let's. I love stuff like this because this is the time where we challenge the social construct. Look, come on, let's do it. Let everybody blame it on me. Here's the part where, we get the 30-second clip and everybody gets mad at me for 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's my favorite part of the program.
Yeah, me too. It gets me off the hook. Go ahead.
Okay. People don't want to drive ugly cars.
I don't want to bang ugly girls. If that's.
I mean, right. I'm telling you that
Let's just
we
be fucking
are
honest,
a
all right?
visual. We're mammals.
Yeah.
We're a warm-blooded visual creature.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll do this on Twitch tomorrow, everybody, if you want to get into the birds and bees with me. But for now, okay, we can at least agree that we're a bipedal fucking mammal thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we fucking bounce around and vibrate, and more of us come out of each other.
I'm not sure where we're going with
All right?
this. It's
Well,
getting real weird now.
this is what I'm saying, though. But our very survival depends on image.
Right, 100%.
Just like a peacock,
100%.
motherfucker.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Seriously. And we look at it like, I got, a gentleman in a nice truck or a nice sports car. That's the same thing as a peacock when he spread his feathers out. You know what I mean? There's behaviors like this. When we dance and perform, birds do this. You see other animals and creatures. Which creatures? Why does everybody look crazy at me? Every time I say that we're creatures,
Listen,
everybody gets...
I'm cool with all
You
of
guys
this.
want to be better than other living shit on Earth? That's your problem.
No, I'm cool with all of this. I'm just telling you.
Oh.
I'm just telling you, as your friend,
Yes.
we both enjoy being on the show, and we both enjoy things that catch our attention and make us laugh.
Yes.
And I'm just saying, at some point, you need to go back and watch the show and watch how you looked on camera a minute ago when you did the whole thing. 'Cause you need to go back and watch that shit. Please.
I'm gonna have good parts making.
That's got to be a reel of some
It's gotta
kind.
be one more time to smoke.
But anyways, no, it's true, and it's shallow, and I'm sorry. I had a friend mess with me about it a couple months ago.
I mean, if your cereal was in an ugly box, you would
I'm not
eat it.
buying that shit. No, so it's my friend
Yeah,
was giving
that's
me
all
shit
I'm
about
saying.
it, and my friend was like, "Dude, you're not Brad Pitt," and I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I know I'm not the same person I was."
Everybody
20
wants
years
to,
ago.
Everybody wants to pop somebody that looks better.
But I'm like, you know what? I bring a lot to the table, and I'm not having any shortage of young hot women that hit me up. So
Are you hearing this,
why
ladies?
should I change?
Are you hearing
Why should I
this?
change my shallow ways when they're still working? Thank you very much.
Man, we don't need to.
And she did mention that she does understand like the image part of it. Like if you do have a look, you do get
First of
the
all,
media attention.
I think she's attractive, and she is a very talented woman.
You know what I was gonna say
I don't know why
was
she's
the meanest thing
complaining,
in the fucking. I was gonna say this was the meanest shit I was gonna say, and I was like, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. But I started to walk a mile, not in Johnny's shoes, but I tell you, anytime I hear like fit, beautiful people, like it doesn't matter who you are, man. Like even if you're missing fucking bones, you can do it. Like no, the fuck you can't. Like
Right.
there's some things that you can't do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, and people are like, oh, no, Sepsiss, you guys tell people all the time that you could do stuff. Yeah, we mean like smart. We're talking to smart people when we say that. When we're saying those posts, we're talking about people that can organize and arrange their lives in a realistic way for the fucking day.
Yeah.
You need to be able to get through the day and brush your bones. Some
Right.
people can't do it. So in this sense, people don't want to believe in, you guys are going to hate me for this, God. People don't want to believe in big, fat, lazy slobs and go, hey, man, I deserve everything. Let me on the stage. People go, no, I don't want you on the stage until you put a pair of shoes on. It's like this. It's like Target or some shit. You come up and say, I'm a real good fucking guy, Will. And I say, you look real homeless. And you say, and homeless people are nice people. I love homeless people.
Right.
I do charities for homeless
portraying that
people.
look.
But this is what I'm saying to you. It's hard, and I'm telling you that because I'm an ex-convict. I'm telling you that because I have a tattoo on my face. I'm telling you that because I have dreadlocks. I'm
Right.
telling you that because I look fucking crazy to people.
I get it.
When I go up to people, I say, hey, I'm from a 6-piece band. Me and Melissa come in with fucking rainbow fucking hair, bugs on our face, fucking with this motherfucker, boop, 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 boop. Right? And I go in there and I say to somebody, hi, I'm going to fucking Pennsylvania. I need to borrow your fucking $120,000 dream.
Let me use that
So I
RV
can
to
put
get us there.
so I can put Bang and my one-armed friend in the car.
Right.
They think I'm fucking nuts. They think we're going to get on the highway and drive down the highway with their dream, never to be seen again. It's crazy. And that's based on image. When you go to Target, you wear the red shirt.
Yep.
When you go to fucking McDonald's, you put the fucking hat on.
Yep.
You know, if you
That's
and
what
people
she
in today's
means.
world, they don't want to do it. They go, I don't want to. No, I'm telling you right now, because the bands do this. Bands do this. I just got off the fucking phone with somebody the other day, and I said, listen, please, you gotta stop wearing your fucking dungarees. You're killing me.
Well, I'll say this. I remember playing with the band, and the guy, I don't know if it was a stick or anything like that, but he wore.
He had a stick on stage, John.
The guy wore a diaper, and
Oh well, you know that's
Yeah.
shit. That's shock stuff, though.
I get it. I get what it was going for. And
Oh,
whatnot.
that's style, though.
But,
Was it clean?
but even so, well, that's what I was getting at. The image didn't set right.
Well, it didn't sit
So-
right with you.
So
People like
But-
that stuff, man.
I don't know, dude.
People love G.G. Allen. I'm not saying I'm into it. Hold on, but Ozzy Bison wrote in.
That was an
Somebody.
accident.
What about the lady that fucking pissed all over everybody in front of women and kids? Everybody thought she was attractive. People love her. What's your name? The girl out there. She fucking pissed all over everybody.
I'm all set
They
with all that.
sprayed it all over
I
the
get what
floor.
you're saying.
It was. I mean, there were fucking children there, and everybody
that-
was like, "Oh man, she's amazing." That's some pedophile
She's
shit.
artistic. Yeah.
That,
No.
To me, that's a crime.
I'm
If I
all
was
set.
to, let me tell you something. If I was to whip it out on stage, start hosing people down, they put me in jail.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, I'd probably arrest
So
myself.
Nobody.
All right, hold on, Lexi. That was a fantastic, according to
I
Lexi.
didn't really get to the
Let's
whole
do it.
point of
Oh,
it.
okay,
but
all right, yeah.
You guys kind of
Well,
took the
that's
whole
the hazard-
judgment of
that's
image
the
and kind of
hazard
ran
being
with
on a
it,
show with
so
a
I
bunch of
couldn't
misogynistic
get to the
pieces
point.
of garbage like us.
No. Go ahead.
Because
Finish it.
there really is a gem in here, and it has nothing to do really about like what someone really looks like, even though she does, and you guys all understand what she means with the image. What
Yes.
the whole point of me bringing this up is, she thinks, and I kind of agree a little bit, is that she doesn't think that women will ever be seen equally in metal. And it has
She's
more
basing
to
that
do.
on the image thing.
No,
Okay.
There's more to it than what the article posted for what she said in the interview of how women are not equal. But what I meant and what she probably means is yes, image is important because image gets you the press, image gets you whatever image gets you, and you need to have a good
Because people
image.
look at you.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
what image does.
But what she means is, okay, yes, this person has the image. Great. Now can we get to the music? Now let's get to the talent.
Okay.
Let's go past.
I appreciate
that
her passion,
initial
but it's
thing.
not. That's not just. And I'm not saying there's no debate.
I
But
appreciate
that is true, and I do appreciate that. A part of me has to, respect it. But I do think there's a part of me that says this is somebody that's been wildly successful, and they're looking back and they're looking at their career arc,
Yeah.
and they're basing that on business models that they have classified as successful for them.
Right.
You
No,
know,
I get where you're going
and
with
bands today,
Yeah.
like if Amy Lee doesn't have to go live, Melissa does.
this. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I get where you're going
So
with this.
so some if you're Simone Simmons, you can have a cupcake.
Right. Right.
Sorry.
I get where you're going with this. I'm not.
They do it
I'm
to the
not-
pop
I'm not
stars,
a
too.
woman in metal, so I can't really
Okay.
talk about how she feels.
many enormous, huge girls do you see everybody loving in metal?
Are we talking about on stage, or are we talking about in Johnny's room on a Friday night? I'm sorry.
And that is where we end the according to Lexi.
I think Lexi has made her point.
Yeah. Listen.
All right.
They're
All
not
right.
big girls.
All right. I'm going to ask everybody in the chat.
Yeah, you go ahead and ask everyone in the
I'm
chat.
going to ask
That's the safest way
because
of doing
if I don't, everyone's going to badmouth me and say I said something. We're all
Yeah.
going to be.
What do y'all think?
We're all going to jump into this. Please put a 1 in the chat if you like fucking ugly people. Put a 1 in the chat
I meant
if
for
you like
this
having sex with ugly
To be
people.
talking about women
Okay, so
and
Now,
equality.
Justin
not
Jives,
ugly
Justice's
people.
Brass Against was the band that did that at Rockville. Was disgusting. Didn't think it was real at first when he saw it. Okay,
Oh, it was
Brass
real.
Against. Okay, I didn't know that. We didn't
Listen,
know-
I didn't even know who it was. Like, I've never even seen that band. Like, we're a nobody band. I don't know. They're huge or whatever. I've never seen somebody urinate that much volume in my life.
All right.
It was
so
buckets.
did we cover the according to Lexi? I want to make sure
you
that
see
we
the
didn't
video
cut
of
you
this
off
shit?
or because we're out of control. You know we're out of
Poor
control.
It's fine.
A bunch of
He
idiots.
probably
Anyway.
enjoyed every minute.
All right.
Gotcha.
So now let's go to what the hell's this segment called? I
Oh,
can't
stage
remember.
left.
Stage left.
Yeah.
The bass player.
He doesn't
Okay.
know where he's at.
All right.
It's usually, if I tell him that in reality, he won't know what part of the stage that is.
He checks his hands. He's like, he wrote
No,
down what
I
he's
want
No,
everybody
you got
to
ink
come.
for that.
No. Everybody meet me. This is true too. I want everybody to write this down. Anybody that's got a smartphone or an iPhone or iTunes or whatever the fuck you guys got now, I want you to go into your calculators and your calendars and go onto your calendar, and I want you to go April 14th, and I want you to do 6:30 p.m. meet up with Will. So everybody that's going to the show, I want 6:30 p.m. meet up with William at the Nashua Garden. because this will be the time. Johnny's going to forget about this. This will be the time.
Distracted.
Yeah,
This is why there's a band assistant.
right. This will be the time when I give Johnny the center scrim. I want everybody that's joining me at the show to meet with me. Synchronize your fucking watches.
6 o'clock.
Yep, 6:30. Meet me. I will be by the pinball table in the back. Let's meet there, and then all of us together will walk towards the downstage area where we will meet center stage with Mr. Johnny Impact, and we'll see.
Show your face, Johnny. Stop
and
hiding.
we're gonna reveal the true
All right.
talents and passion of Johnny fucking Impact Boop Boop.
Boop. Boop. All right, let's go with exit stage left. No, don't exit. Just read.
Just hang out for a while.
Tell us what's going on.
Just a little bit. So I watched a little short video clip on Bruce from.
Sorry, it's Will and I just doing the eye contact thing. I'm sorry. You watched a video on what?
Yeah, short video clip on Iron Maiden on the recording of the Number of the Beast and how he to get it and
For it was a huge
to get that sound, and they used the same producers Ronnie James Dio, and they said one of the difficult things about it, and he said Ronnie had a hard time with it. He's like, why? He's like, his first lyric, he's like, sing me a song, you're a sinner, and Bruce is like, what's up with it? He's like, put that in every emotion from your life expansion on like what you want to get a point that cross. Like everything mattered in that 1 second in those words. And he's like, now sing it. And that's a completely different story. So Bruce went into recording with the guy later on the Number of the Beast, and Bruce lost it and screamed at the producer, what do you want from me? Trying to get those same emotional effects. So it just goes to show you, in my experience as well, see how hard vocalists go through and what it really means to capture every little bit, every piece of life in that note, like everything meant to
Those are
it.
those imperfections you were talking about there.
Yes.
That's what
interesting.
to me.
Johnny, you really brought it tonight. I'm gonna give you props on
Yeah.
that. This is a good subject. So legend has it. So the whole Dio thing with "Sing Me a Song, You're a Singer," which is a very powerful opening line of lyrics for a song. That's from Heaven and Hell.
Yeah.
And legend has it that they recorded that, the original version, they recorded it in a castle. And the reason why that song sounded so powerful is because Dio actually chose to sing it a different way, and Tony Iommi didn't like it. So Tony Iommi asked him to sing it the way he wanted it sung, and Ronnie declined. So Tony went and got a loaded pistol and came back to the room and made him sing it his way at
What?
gunpoint. And
Oh my God.
that's the rumor that I heard, and that
Whoa.
Wow.
yeah, that's quite a story about getting emotion out of a guy that wasn't ready to sing it that way. So
That's really scary to
Yeah,
be in.
it's
That's
a
a
little
really
scary.
scary
Gonna have to
position to be in
remember
the
that
studio.
next time Good Bars slides that door.
that's right.
Johnny, and you got we put that metronome on.
I've been watching them
Working with
videotapes.
You bet no.
Oh my lord,
Wait,
Oh,
what
are you in
ones?
the Hive now?
I am in the Hive now.
Wait, what videotapes?
I am in the Hive.
You know
I was in the Hive a long time ago, and then when I left, I think you and I discussed it, and I was like, "Get me out of the Hive."
Oh, really?
I think you kicked me out because I asked to be.
Did you?
Yeah.
So you've asked
Rebel.
me to do that before. I'm like, why, man?
Well, because my phone was blown up, like you talked about, and then like 90% of it on certain mornings was the Hive, and I was like, "What is wrong with these people?"
They all wanted to share their things.
Well, it's
Well,
nice and
part-
everything, but
that's
like,
kind of part. That's kind
I'm
of
a
part
busy
of our
dude.
main topic.
I know. Yeah. Oh, it is. Okay, so Johnny, do you have anything else to add?
Nah, I just really appreciate what a vocalist does and what my bandmates do to get the sound that they work so hard to achieve.
That was
I appreciate
actual
that, man.
genuine.
Oh.
That was not him sucking up in any way, shape,
No,
or form. That came
no,
from
it
the heart.
wasn't.
I heard that.
You know why? You know, I'm gonna tell you, because I kidnapped John so he can sit in on vocal sessions. because I think it's educational.
Bars,
I love
did you
every
hear
minute
that?
of it, by the way.
That's why Johnny's running around singing here all the time, and you're
Oh,
hearing
maybe that's why. Maybe.
I'm talking about those videos.
Well, no, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Keep doing
No, you
that.
keep doing your thing, man. I love you. You're all right.
Are you talking about like me and Melissa like trying to not kill each other at recording?
No, how hard it is to bring that note out. How hard it actually is.
Nah, no,
And
you've
how
seen-
many-
you've seen
and
us-
how
nah,
many
he's seen us
takes?
grind out.
He's
I'm trying to
feeling
see
it.
if I could get.
You're trying to turn it into
Yeah.
something funny, but he's
ain't going for it.
legit. He's on it.
You're saying how difficult it is to record
Yeah,
as a
and
vocalist.
sometimes the producer here, he would bring him to a point just to piss him off, so that way he could get that certain sound out of
Nice.
him.
Well,
Nice.
I'm going to admit
Interesting.
that on this is the most aggressive Melissa. When you think of Melissa Wolf, you're not necessarily thinking that. The album 2 is a different Melissa. She's definitely evolving. And
So I've heard that just in so the two songs that I heard, but the one that I really liked,
Yeah.
that's what got me. Is you can hear growth in the entire band, but you definitely hear growth
you.
with Melissa. And
I think
was
I
like-
think she kicks our butts in the
I was
growth
like, oh,
department.
this is a really good song. And then Bars and I talked about it because he said it was his favorite as well. And then that's what got us going. But yeah, no, I definitely
Can I tell
hear
you
it
the truth?
already. Yeah,
That's my favorite too.
yeah. All right, there you go.
I should have never said that.
I knew I had a
Should
good, I knew I had a
never
good fucking ear.
said that though, because now people are gonna be like, "Oh, that one's better than that one."
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now
Let's
people are gonna
not
hate on
start
it just
that.
'cause they wanna be-
Right now. It's
they
like we
wanna
didn't
outdo
want
you.
bleed lines. Why'd you release that one? I'm telling you that we have like over 30 songs coming.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I don't doubt you.
But to be upfront, I make Melissa mad sometimes.
No, I would never believe
and
that.
and she does and like I'll tell you, she's not like she's not like an angry person, but she has the hunter stare, man. Like when she gets determined on something, like she don't back down for nothing. All the guys lifers, murderers, gangsters, peelers, all type of dudes that never back down, never tell on you type of guys. You know what I mean? One of the toughest human beings I ever met in my life, aside from my mother, is Melissa Wolf. When she bites down on something, seriously.
No, I know.
And this is how she looks at this game. All these girls do. All these women do. They're all, and going back to what you're saying, all of them to be taken dead serious, no matter what shape or volume that they're at, or what timbre or strike, or because I'll tell you, man, I get the best Melissa Wolf vocals when she's ready to fuck me up. When she's about had enough.
I'll remember that if I need to use her on our project.
Well, I'm telling you, man,
I'll
with
just tell
the
her some shit I shouldn't
determination.
tell her. That's just a joke. I don't know anything I shouldn't tell her. It's just
There'll be takes when I'm like, no, it was good.
Melissa, you know what Will said?
And well, I'm telling you, that won't be good enough. That won't be good enough. And I'll be like, let's bump it, Let's good. No.
Gio says Will pisses people off. Shocker.
It happens. It does. It's why people really like me, though.
You guys are not ready for album 2.
Oh, I'm
Well,
ready.
Lexi's been listening to
I'm
it, so
ready.
she bounces
I'm ready.
around to it.
I'm ready. So, what do you get to the main topic? Let's do it.
I
Because we're
just
almost out of time.
are we? Because I really
8:56.
Oh, we're done. We don't have time for
All
it.
right. So I wasn't
There's
going to
no
do.
way I can even start. There's
Well,
no
we're gonna have
way.
to wait till
This
next time.
huge.
This is what we do every fucking week, by the way. We never
That's
finish the show.
crazy.
But I am going to go to this. I try to do some type of promoter's ambition, whatever. And lately I've been kind of off my game because I've been off my game because I've been cutting back on music stuff. I mean, I still do this podcast. I still do a couple of management things. I've cut way down on my promotions. I'm not involved in as many shows as I used to be, and it's on purpose. I have a lot going on in my personal life, and I'm slowly stepping back away from some of the roles that I've had because I have big stuff coming up down the road, and I got to focus on that because those take priority. But I would like to throw a challenge out there. All these bands that come out and they talk smack and they talk about how they want to make a difference and they care about this and they care about that and what have you. Music does make a difference. Music does change people's lives. Music can help people through some hard times. But back in the day, here we go, sometimes artists would find a way to really go out of their way to make a difference at something, and it wasn't about the attention or the promotion or the publicity they got out of it. Sometimes they would do it very quietly, and nobody would know about it, and they would do what they could to be most impactful on something. And I found this little thing on Bob Marley. And, you know, my tastes are very varied, and I love Bob Marley. And so Bob Marley, No Woman, No Cry. When he wrote that song, he officially credited a friend with writing it. So he gave writing credits to a friend of his. Here's what he did. A friend of his, a childhood friend, Vincent Tata Ford, ran a soup kitchen in the Jamaican ghetto where Marley grew up. Marley gave Ford credit for writing the song so that the royalty payments could keep the soup kitchen open. They didn't announce that. They didn't promote that. They didn't talk about that. You know, Marley just quietly gave the writing credits to a friend that was doing something big in their community to help him keep doing it. That's real. That's impactful. And all these people that want to go out there and talk about, you know, they want to do this, they want to do that.
I'll say
something real.
I'll say it again, as I said before many times, that, you know, if you learn how to do a few things right in a business, you could probably, you know, sometimes we pay the rent here.
Yep.
You know, and I'm gonna be real with y'all. For us, a band at our level, like sometimes we pay the rent.
Yeah.
We don't have any jewelry.
No, you're here because you love it.
You know what I'm saying? So I just need to make that understood, because it's some people that might see us or view us on that side of the camera. You might be misunderstood, but I don't think you are. I've been wearing this jacket for a while. You know what I mean? Like, so like, and that's why we show our work so much. And that's why we educate people, to try our hardest to show people so much. There's not a lot of acts at our size that are willing to open up the books and show you guys and have these conversations and show our flaws and and kind of ditch the egos. And, you know, we talk a lot about that rhetorically and, you know, sometimes for effect. But we really do care here. And if there's anything that resonated with me is that it's not always about metrics or how many followers you have. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes all isn't safe. Sometimes having all the friends and sometimes being you know, perfect isn't the safest thing to be. Having all the money doesn't mean you have all the happiness. You know, having all the talent doesn't mean you have all the popularity. Having all the popularity doesn't mean you have all the riches. Having all the popularity, the talent, and the riches don't mean motherfuckers like you. I mean, so the cool thing about that was Bob recognized something that we recognize in Sepsiss, something that you also recognize, something we all have in common. As different as everybody is around the table, as different as everybody is at home in the swarm, it's not our differences that make us estranged from each other. We've all learned to magnify those differences and see each other in a way where we could add value to each other's lives. And I think that Bob saw that, and he saw the power in community.
Yeah.
And so when we talk about, oh, we don't just play for iTunes, we don't just play for a check. Yes, sometimes we got to pay the rent, buy new guitar strings and stuff like that. But we wear many hats to be musicians. So the little money that we make sometimes and pay the rent, there's so many other little jobs and little hats that we have to wear around the house just to get a few minutes to come on and hang out with you guys. And it's because of that community why we can make that time.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you all for tuning in.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week, next Wednesday.
Wednesday, let me.